Hey there, it's me! And imagine that it's another video of me talking about myself. And
Ah,
today
damn
I'm
it. Don't
going
you just hate
to make a
those?
question and
There you
answer
go.
video.
Continue watching that.
And I'm looking at myself because it's partially cloudy today, and that means that the
Ooh!
sun is gonna.
Yay, it's me! And I'm doing this now, and I bet that wasn't completely obvious. Well, actually, I am kind of afraid that I confused the hell out of all of you, so nobody's gonna watch the rest of this video. But, uh, like, um, uh, I got distracted by my fussy hand. Okay, I'm gonna make this answer video to the questions and answer video. Well, rather, I did the questions video. I got, how many did I get? 84 comments, and I'm gonna answer them. I don't have enough time to answer all of them in one video, obviously. Well, okay, not obviously. I could make a video that's like an hour long, but that would be silly. And also some other things, like what order should I answer them in? Like, should I clump them together so all the ASPI ones are together and the private ones are together? Because it's gonna be a bit weird. The way I'm gonna do it though is that I'm gonna answer all of the questions. Yeah, I can scroll. Bet you didn't think I could scroll, I guess. Gonna actually click on view all comments. Go down to the very bottom. And that's kind of far away. There we go. And then I'm gonna answer questions one by one in the order I got them. Now I also got a PM, and I got no, I got several PMs, and I got a, what's it called? A like a response video. So I'm gonna answer all of them, and it's gonna be a fun romp. And I'm not gonna show my face though, because I've actually been sick the last few days. That's why this video has taken so long. So this is the perfect way of doing it. I don't have to add any text on the video, so you can read the question. Okay, yeah, that's it. Well, okay, also, I don't have to show my face. So, let's get down to it, because I've been wasting too much time, and this is gonna take a while. So, okay. Question number 1. Neko Mode wants to know, what size is my head? Well, my head is the size of a head area. Did that come in? No, it didn't. This is my recording program. Woo! Very good. Yeah. Neko Mode is my girlfriend, basically. So she later on she actually says that she feels bad that she can't think of good questions because she knows everything about me. So yeah, that's a joke question. My head though is normal sized. Let's not stick to this question too long, because you know what does she expect me to answer that? Okay, this is my answer to his question. Stupid YouTube. Can I put this like indented so I see that this is actually a thread instead of just having it straight under? Whatever. How has my life changed since you? Okay, let me just do this. Okay. Mitchell 11678 asks, how has your life changed since you started doing YouTube videos? Has it been positive or negative? Are you glad that you're making videos, blah blah blah? Like, how are you, basically? Also, am I allowed to make multiple questions? You don't have to answer it I answered him actually in a text form. You can ask how many questions you want, because, why not? Okay. Has my life changed since I started doing YouTube videos? It has. It has actually gotten more, I won't say more zen. I can't pronounce that. Because I have a daily routine now, and I have a hobby. You can think that, oh, this is so silly, this YouTube thing, because what are you doing all day? You're doing nothing productive. But this is a hobby, and hobbies don't always have to be productive. This is something I like doing. So to me, I feel a lot better doing videos. Not only these videos that are helping people, but also my Let's Play videos that are entertaining people. Uh, I've gotten nothing negative out of it, basically. How is my life in general? Welp, not so good. Well, it should be, but whatever. Now let's scroll up so you only see one question at a time. Let's see if I can do that. The scrolly thing is so tiny, I can barely do that. I have 2 questions. Hi, Jagan says. 1, are you keeping contact with friends from YouTube in real life? And 2, how is your boss like, if I have one? The only contact from real life that I also know on YouTube is actually, does it count if you're talking to somebody over Skype and that's all you're doing? Do you have to actually meet them in real life for them to count in real life? Because I count myself as a friend with Eldrick, and Katarina is my girlfriend, but I have not met either one of them. So yes and no. And my boss, I have 3 bosses. Why are all these questions so easy to answer technically, but end up so long when I answer them? I have 3 bosses. My boss, the chef that works next to him, who is also my boss technically, and my boss's bosser, who are actually also my boss to boss, whatever. The head chef, basically, he's a really cool guy. He used to be a teacher for school people who wanted to be chefs. So he knows how to treat Aspies, because teachers usually know how to treat an Aspie. They let them ask stupid questions. They don't try to force stuff on them. They just try to educate them. And Aspies always want to know more stuff. So they worked well together, and him and me work very well together. The other chef there doesn't really work that well with me, because he's kind of like, I think he's an Aspie himself, actually, because he's so rude and just in your face, but you come to realize that he's just doing it as a joke. And once you do that, you can joke back. And even if he's really mad at you, if you come up with a good enough joke, he will actually leave you alone. Which is brilliant, because that's how easygoing he is, basically. Yeah. Next question, I guess. Oh. What? I can't scroll up 1 pixel. There we go. Let Ninja asks, what are some ways to deal with social fatigue apart from just being alone? Well, being alone is the best way to deal with social fatigue. The absolute best way is to not get social fatigue. Like I said, wear sunglasses so you don't have to look people in the eye. They don't think you're weird because they can't see your eyes as well. Just put on iTunes headphone things so you don't have to listen to all the noise around you if you can. If you need to rather talk to people, then talk to them one by one. Don't put yourself in a group. If you have lots of friends, don't hang out with all of the friends. That's like death for one of us. So the best defense is a good offense, as they say, and just don't get social fatigue. If you do get social fatigue, then you have to not undo, but you have to get away from the social aspect. It's not like some magic tonic you can drink to get away with it. From it, by it, whatever. Anyway, next question. That's a reply, so let's go up to the next question. That's also a reply. You probably read this already by the time I have this correct. There we go. Shamid Kipzd. Why don't you people have normal names? What the hell? Asks, is it unusual for an Aspie to have problems with directions, like getting lost a lot and not being able to follow verbal directions to save their life? It causes me a lot of anxiety when I travel to new places because I almost always get lost, right? Well, yes. From my own experience, I get lost all the time. I don't know if my brother does. I think he does. Oh, but I could, for the life of me either. We had a orientation in school where you get a map and a compass, and you're supposed to get from there to there. And I see the hill that I'm supposed to be looking at, and I have the compass. I see where the sun is. I'm supposed to like, oh, north is that way. Just move across that and over there. But because my brain is making everything out to be squared for some reason, I actually mistook the hill for a I thought it was a line, but instead it was more like on the diagonal. So I ended up going the wrong way because I simply saw the environment to be nice squares. I imagine that also happens when you're in a town and you're walking like one block and then one block, turn left and walk back 2 blocks. You expect to be in the same spots as you started at. Well, basically. That's not always the case. Buildings aren't always perfect squares. I imagine that that's a problem for Aspies. I could just be making this up now because I don't know all Aspies. But I do know that Aspies think too much about other things. They don't focus too much on what they're actually doing, which is why we're good at doing monotonous things. And walking around is something that makes you want to think about things, and that will just make you forget about everything else, such as knowing where you are. So yes, I think Aspies can get lost easily. I don't know though, so don't take my word for it. But if you have these problems that you say you have, then don't feel too bad because I have the same problems. So at least that. Seltsamer Tractor replied with, I once got lost in my own hometown when a pen friend of mine were visiting me, and we were talking all the way along. I need to practice reading. That's another thing. I can't find my way in my hometown at all. At all. And I lived there for 17 years. I cannot find my way in Malmö, which is like 20 minutes away from my hometown, one of the biggest cities in Sweden. I cannot find my way there because the reason is I never left my home. I didn't have friends per se, so I didn't walk around a lot. My brother knows it a lot more because he actually had friends. He kept switching between different friends and different styles. He was kind of on a soul-searching trip, if you want to call that, because he didn't know about Asperger's. Neither did I. It's a recent diagnosis. We're going to get to that question later. Anyway, Isusmali replied with, when I'm going to new places, I get lost sometimes, and my anxiety is on 200%, which is statistically impossible. Let's say when I'm going to some new appointment at hospital, and when I find what I need, let's say shrink office or whatever, next time I go to the same place, I got feeling that it's somehow changed and I get lost. I go to totally other side of hospital. You seem to have a problem of skipping out a certain amount of words in important places there. Internet speak is easy to read, but it's kind of hard to read out. But yeah, you overthink things, and sometimes you underthink things, and that causes you to not have the same sense of direction that normal people seem to have automatically. I think that's the thing. We have to work for it, and it's kind of hard to do that sometimes. Is what I'm answering to that. How many questions was that? Was that like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 freaking questions? This is gonna take a while.